Hello and welcome to the Orlando World Sunday Showdown. This week is the second of the semi-finals with a battle between Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts and Avatar Flight of Passage. Let's jump straight in and look at both of these attractions. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts is the flagship attraction at Universal Studios section of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in the Diagon Alley area of the park, which opened on the 8th of July 2014 as part of the expansion to the Harry Potter franchise. It replaced the iconic Jaws boat ride. Escape from Gringotts is an indoor steel roller coaster, which uses a similar ride system to sister attraction Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, although this ride is purely track-based. It's themed to Gringotts Bank, with the opulent grand foyer and the instantly recognisable bank front with the dragon breathing fire from the roof, creating a magic and intriguing emotion before you enter the ride. The ride is a mix of track elements and large 3D motion projections, which take you on a journey through the Harry Potter universe in such a fun and unique way. It's one of the most popular experiences within Universal Studios, and is one of the best attractions within the entire resort area. Avatar Flight of Passage is a marquee flight simulation ride within Disney parks. It's a fully 3D flying experience which has been critically acclaimed as one of Disney's greatest ever attractions. Located in the Pandora the World of Avatar area of Animal Kingdom, it opened as a replacement attraction for the Camp Mini Mickey area of the park. You take a ride on the back of a native mountain banshee, as you fly through one of the most infinitely vast worlds, displayed on a giant IMAX cinema screen which surrounds the ride system. Flight of Passage is simply one of the most stunning visual theme park experiences ever created, taking riders on an unforgettable journey, which is so immersive and thrilling, it leaves you wanting much more. Now let's head into this week's series of 5 rounds, as we head straight into round 1. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts has some of the most impressive theming for any ride. It's themed to Gringotts Bank, which is the impressive focal point of Diagon Alley with its stunning facade with a large near 60-foot-long fire-breathing dragon perched on the roof, blasting fire out at periodic moments. The lobby of the bank is so incredibly detailed, with its marble and granite walls and pillars, to the lavish lighting fixtures, and with bank teller animatronics. It's so beautifully constructed and is extensively themed for a queue section. The ride's storyline itself is based on events during the event portrayed in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2, when Harry Potter, Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger are attempting to infiltrate Gringotts Bank in order to retrieve a Horcrux as part of their mission to defeat Lord Voldemort, in what is basically an expanded part of what was going on in the events which played out in the film but from an alternative viewpoint. It's such an impressive ride, which makes some great use of its theme and storyline, and for a 3D roller coaster attraction, it's very clever in creating an environment far greater than expected. Avatar Flight of Passage is an all-round incredibly well-themed attraction, with Disney creating some simply stunning environments which add to the overall presentation of the attractions. Theming is simply stunning, with the incredible backdrop of the Valley of Mora, with alien-like plants and creating a very minuscule part of a vast universe. The story takes place around 100 years after the original film, where the ACE program has been relaunched, with human inhabitants and the Na'vi who are trying to restore Banshee levels to a natural level after years of destruction caused by the RDA. Theming in the QA areas is amazing, showing a base camp laboratory, with lots of props and recognised items from the movie franchise. The Banshee is a bike system, which is one of the most interactive ride seats ever used for an attraction, with movements simulated on the Banshee pods, to mimic them breathing, and with special effects of wind, water and fragrances, to help heighten the environments even more, in what is one of the most simply stunning themed rides ever built. Along with the incredible psychedelic showcase of bioluminescence at night, theming here is at its absolute best. So in round 1, while both attractions are themed really well, the first point undoubtedly goes to the World of Avatar attraction as we head into round 2. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts is a relatively low-capacity ride in terms of being one of Universal's star franchise attractions. This often attributes to the bottleneck crowding, which is a regular sight inside the Diagon Alley area, with many eager riders keen to experience the attraction. The ride itself uses 11 trains, with each train split into 2 cars. Each train seats 24 riders, who are seated in 3 rows of 4 people, which gives a total number of 264 riders in each ride cycle. That means that the average hourly ride capacity of approximately 1,400 riders per hour. It's an incredibly popular attraction, but it does benefit from having a lot to keep you entertained in the queue and pre-ride areas. The Avatar Flight of Passage attraction, being a simulator attraction, is also limited. The show building has several floors, each having several showrooms on each floor. For the 2 pre-showrooms, the new interactive queue shows help to increase capacity a little, and help to enhance the experience from not just the outside, but the queue areas too. The ride Banshee pods are laid out in rows of 10, with several rows, making an hourly capacity of 1,800 riders per hour. Meaning in round 2, the Revenge of the Mummy attraction levels the score going into round 3. Which does mean in the second round, Avatar Flight of Passage takes a 2-point lead going into round 3. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts is a good experience, which offers you a lot for its duration, with the added input from the pre-ride theme and interactive elements giving you a bit of entertainment while you wait to board the ride. The waiting times can be extremely long, but as a ride you can book with a virtual queue pass. It rolls around fairly quickly. The ride itself is fairly short, lasting a respectable 5 minutes in duration, but what you get within that 5 minutes is a high-impact 3D adventure, which provides a good side story for those familiar to the film franchise, and effectively takes you into part of the action leading up the point in the movie. It's a fun few minutes of ride time which is well paced and well worth its ride time duration. Flight of Passage is a fairly lengthy experience overall, if you take into account the queue areas, with various interactive elements littered throughout, and the 2 5-minute pre-ride areas with video briefings. The overall experience is around 20 minutes long, but the main 3D ride experience is around 4.5 minutes long. It does feel much longer, as the ride is well balanced with some fast-paced action, chase scenes, and some relaxing visual wizardry. The ride is considered one of the best experiences in any theme park, with many fans wishing it would be a bit longer, but with the franchise being rebooted, there is an opportunity for the ride to vary a little in future. So in round 3, the Flight of Passage attraction takes the lead again going into the penultimate round. So in round 3, Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts claws back a point as we move into the penultimate round. There is absolutely no mistaking the peak levels of popularity when it comes to the wizarding world of Harry Potter at Universal, and if you tend to enjoy spending much of your time in the park within this area, the chances are you will find it incredibly busy, mostly around the Gringotts Bank area of Diagon Alley, with many people aiming to catch a glimpse of the fire-breathing 60-foot dragon on top of the roof, which is just as popular an attraction as the ride itself. The ride is certainly one of the best in terms of its use of 3D motion, with an added thrill of being roller coaster based, which makes it just much more fun compared to other 3D based rides. In just a few short years of being open, the ride itself garners so much positive attention, and rightly so, as it's genuinely one of the more entertaining rides within the parks. Whatever Universal do, Disney always sets out to top them, and even after almost 4 years of operations, Pandora the World of Avatar and its flagship attraction Avatar Flight of Passage certainly provides competition in regards to not only its theme and story, but the overall attraction as a once-in-a-lifetime experience which has pushed its technology to the limits more. Regularly since its inception in 2017, Flight of Passage continues to have consistently high wait times compared to many other attractions, which shows just how popular the ride is, even 3 years or so later. It's a testament to the attraction that its popularity is soaring, and remains one of the must-ride attractions when visiting any of the Florida theme parks. But in round 4, despite this being such a close call in this round, Flight of Passage just sneaks the point as we head to the 5th and final round. The Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts attraction pulls together the best of roller coaster and 3D technology to provide an experience which is different from 3D motion simulators. The ride provides a much more realistic feel with the track movements as opposed to the rather disorienting standalone simulator rides, and from a unique perspective creating quite a good thrill. It doesn't have the fear factor of most roller coaster rides, but its excitement and enjoyment factor pushes the experience overall to the top of its thrill rating for being an enthralling ride from start to finish. The story ties in well to the films, with its real-time alternate story plot, which runs in parallel to what is happening at the same time in the film's time frame, which gives an added experience to those who have watched the movies. It's a great attraction overall and one of the best 3D experiences at Universal. Avatar: Flight of Passage is one of the most magical ride creations in theme park history. The ride isn't the most intense in terms of thrills or fear factor like Revenge of the Mummy, but overall the ride relies on a very immersive 3D experience to bring out that excitement in a way like no other theme park ride has achieved. The sheer limitlessness of the environment created in itself is impressive, and the ride simply is just a thing of perfect storytelling, bringing riders to feeling so many empowering emotions throughout the attraction. From the wow factor of the overall theming, to the special effects and subtle touches like smells and other elements to bring the experience to life. The land completely transforming into a cascade of colour at night takes the overall thrill and feel of the experience to new levels, in what is rightly noted as one of the benchmark theme park attractions ever built. So in the 5th and final round, just narrowly, but unsurprisingly, Avatar: Flight of Passage takes the point to end this week's contest. So we now know which attraction claims the second spot in the grand final after all 5 rounds this week. This does sadly mean, however, that Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts drops out of the competition. The ride truly is a wonderful ride, which pushed boundaries with roller coasters and 3D technology, creating a very unique roller coaster experience, which complements the franchise really well. The exterior of the ride still provides that epic vacation snapshot, and the ride is very enjoyable and well worth a visit, and from the outside right through the entire attraction, it's an experience that is hard to rival. Avatar: Flight of Passage advances to the next round. Just us again next week for the semi-final recap episode. See you next time. We hope you enjoy this video. Please support us by subscribing to our channel. You can find us on social media platforms. Find us on Facebook and Twitter at Orlando Worlds, and on Instagram at the Orlando Worlds. Thanks for watching.